Hello, welcome to The Death of an Industry. This is a side mini-series that has come about as a result of the renewal of my crusade towards fixing the gaming industry and to exposing the BS. I want to first say thanks to everybody who supported my last video, which was regarding Batman Arkham Knight. A lot of you guys supported it and shared it as much as you could to get it out there to as many people as possible. And I actually saw a high retention where a lot of people watched the majority of the video, which I was really surprised about considering it was a 20-minute video. So The Death of an Industry is pretty much a mini-series where I will be highlighting just BS that's going on currently in the gaming industry and how I feel that each of these individual incidents are nothing more but a disease in our industry that is slowly starting to choke its life away. Today we're talking about Destiny. Now, I don't want to keep kicking a dead horse, but in case you're new, a while back I got a chance to play Destiny on my Xbox 360 and I did a quick beta review on the game and I expressed a lot of my issues I had with Destiny, and everything that I listed in my review actually came to pass into the full retail version of the game. How it was a hype game and it had a lot of issues from a game design perspective, and everything I said actually came true to many gamers' dismay, and ultimately led to pretty much, in my personal opinion, I think it is the most overhyped game of all time. In my opinion, I look at Destiny right now as worse than COD, and this video has been on the back burner for a while. The reason why I have not made this video yet is simply because I wanted to give Destiny the benefit of the doubt. I've heard so many things about the community, and they're so helping and they're willing to help each other out, so I thought Bungie would change likewise, and due to their amazing quote-unquote community, Bungie would be more accepting to changing the game and fixing the flaws of the game over time. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened, and it has been reasserted again recently when it came to an interview with the creative director Luke Smith of Bungie regarding the Taken King DLC for Destiny. Now, I first want to state right now, I don't own Destiny, nor do I play it. I said my 2 cents about it. The Taken King controversy is essentially the epitome of everything that is wrong with Bungie's greed and ignorance. Or Activision's, or both, because this wasn't someone from Activision damage controlling this huge DLC scheme. This was actually a creative director, a actual dev of Bungie, and his smartass remarks have maybe single-handedly destroyed a good portion of how the community feels towards Destiny. I've always felt that Destiny is the epitome of everything wrong with the gaming industry. It was a hype game, it was over-marketed. Hell, I've read articles of how they spent so much money on 2 things, marketing and also R&D. And it wasn't R&D in game design and how we can make new innovative systems and so forth for the game from a gameplay perspective, or let alone not even going to talk about the story, but they spent time in psychology. That's right, Activision spent a good portion of the money researching psychological effects of how they can get people hooked on Destiny. Everything that has been designed in this game has been designed from the perspective of reeling gamers in and getting them hooked on the game so much that they can't drop it, and that they're willing to throw money at the game in order to achieve what they want, the happiness, quote unquote, or the satisfaction of beating the game or being the best at the game that you can be. This is why there are such things as the random loot drops, to the UI always having bars and so forth. These things were actually psychological choices made as a decision to influence how the player reacts to the game. This idea of constantly needing to gamble to the ultimate need of having to consistently play the game in order for you to keep up with everybody else. Everything from a design perspective of this game was set up as a huge cash cow. Bigger than Call of Duty. This is Activision's new favorite child. While Call of Duty gets swept away and while many gamers have dismissed that series, they have now hopped onto the Destiny train, which unfortunately I feel has become a bigger monster than Call of Duty ever was. Destiny proves that you can sell a consumer a rock and tell them that it will help improve their KD, and they will in fact buy the rock. All you have to do is sell them a story that they're about to play this adventurous game and that they'll set out to set a story and a legend for themselves, and people will eat that up and will throw money at you and pre-order it, and just put a studio behind there that has had a good track record in the past. Sound familiar, Rocksteady? And you can trick thousands of consumers into buying your product. It is the definitive example of what is killing the gaming industry. You have overhype, marketing, DLC, microtransactions, paywalls. Every single thing that these publishers and developers put in these games is in Destiny. everything. They chopped out content of this game and shipped it later as DLC through the 2 expansion packs. Then, not only that, they had the nerve to reveal this 3rd DLC, make it cost twice as much, and the biggest fuck you of all is not covered by the season pass. So for you suckers who got suckered into buying that collector's edition of the original Destiny and got the season's pass, well guess what? You better get ready to fork up another $60. If you wanted to buy all the content right now, you would be pretty much paying close to $150. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I know there's been this talk about how games might have to increase their retail price from the $60 to $70 or $80, but the funny thing is, the price has already been upped a long time ago. A tons of these games have had content stolen off of the disc and shipped later as DLC to be the full experience of the game. No longer do we just have the fucking burger. We instead just have the meat and the bun, and we have to buy the condiments and the cheese and so forth to actually get the full fucking burger. And instead, it's not $80. We didn't just increase the price to $80. These games are now costing $100, $120, $140, $150, hell, $200 to fully purchase everything in a game. If you go on Steam right now and you open up Call of Duty Advanced Warfare or Call of Duty Ghosts, you will find that they have so much DLC that it equals close to $200. If that doesn't scream a red fucking flag, I don't know what does. And you know what the saddest thing about all of this is? Even with all of this, in the same week where PC gamers were able to fight back for the consumer and take Arkham Knight off of the Steam page and forcing the developers and the publisher to fix the fucking game, we have this news on the opposite spectrum of console gaming, where they're screwing console gamers over. Console gamers, now is the time. We were able to take a bold step to save the industry. For you Destiny fans, for you Destiny addicts, I understand you guys love the game, but please, for the love of God, you can love a game all you want. That fun factor can be as great as you want, but please don't let the fun factor, don't let nostalgia, don't let all these type of emotions cloud your judgment. Use your brain, clear your mind of your attachment with that game, and just look objectively at the game and ask yourself, how much fucking money have I thrown at this game? And how much more are they going to try to take from me? That's all I can say. The rest is up to you.